Greenfield, Indiana, the place NineStar calls home. A one-of-a-kind hybrid cooperative offering electric, internet, water, and wastewater. The South Campus, located on the National Road, consists of 42,788 square feet, and close to 50 employees report to work here each day. This building houses accounting, marketing, customer service, executive staff, and linemen. NineStar offers organizations the use of a state-of-the-art conference center. In 2021, it was utilized by dozens of groups. In fact, over 192 times a year ago.
Really was focused on providing a service that larger investor-owned companies could use.
Here, NineStar's customer service team assists over 225 walk-ins a month, along with phone calls, emails, and online chats.
Our water utility's grown 23% in the last 2 years.
Water really takes long-term planning. That's why we've secured resources for the future.
Those TPS reports, when do you think you'll have them to me?
I'm almost done. I have just a few more things.
Then it does its marketing so that they can mail those letters to Shirley.
Get those additions wrapped up north. I got 2 of them.
The electric division includes 15 individuals that are responsible for keeping members' lights on. It takes over 8,000 on-the-job hours before an individual can be considered a lineman. This division is constantly upgrading our electric system and changes out over 500 utility poles each year. Safety is always the main focus for NineStar. Individuals spend countless hours in training, ensuring they go home to their loved ones at the end of each day. Engineering and Operations Building is located on 400 East in Hancock County, adjacent to NineStar's South Campus. This campus consists of over 15,000 square feet and houses over 30 employees. Engineering, along with the telecom and water divisions, reside here. Last year, the telecom division installed 168 miles of fiber optics, thus extending NineStar's network, and as a result, added over 1,000 new internet customers. These households now enjoy the fastest internet speeds in Indiana.
I have you look up a security account number for Brett for his morning.
The North Campus is located on County Road 600 North in Maxwell. This campus consists of close to 43,000 square feet, and 53 employees work here. This building houses sales, network operations, NineStar Support Center, as well as Idea Co-op.
Yes, I can get that RFID to you then.
Hardware in stock, we need to go ahead and
get a maintenance window scheduled so we can perform all of the system upgrades.
The gem of NineStar's North Campus is its 24/7, 365 support center that is on the ready to answer members' questions at any time. Last year, close to 83,000 calls were answered by this group. Idea Co-op offers a collaboration space for budding startups and entrepreneurs to grow their ideas and businesses.
That way right now, I'll be there in just a second.
For the next couple of days, the 40s today, the 50s by Thursday.
This facility offers a plasma cutter and 3D printers. NineStar TV Films has produced and broadcast over 300 local sporting events.
That's a wrap.
NineStar welcomes you to the 2022 annual meeting and celebration.
Good evening. I am David Spencer, and I am the Director of Marketing and Public Relations for NineStar. And we call this a celebration because we are so proud of our co-op, and we wanted to share with you all of our campuses and parts of it that you may never have seen. But truly, tonight is a celebration because we're all together again. How does it feel to be back together? So tonight, we're doing kind of what we're calling a hybrid model annual meeting. Those of you that have joined us in person, thank you for coming. We hope you enjoyed your meal. And it's going to be replayed over the weekend on Sunday night at 6 p.m. On our website, Facebook, and Vimeo platforms. So this will be shared by people not only here, but watching at home on Sunday. And we hope that maybe you'll tune in again later on. At this time, if everybody could please rise, we're going to have the Pledge of Allegiance.
Hello, my name is Gail Levering. I have worked for NineStar for 20 years, and this will be my last annual meeting because I am retiring. I have truly loved my time at NineStar. My favorite memory is going up in the bucket of one of our electric trucks. I will treasure the friendships I have made with coworkers and customers alike, and I will miss you all. It is my honor to lead everyone in the Pledge of Allegiance. At this time, please stand as you are able and join us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hello, my name is Raymond Kirchhoff, and I am currently the chairman of the board of directors of your co-op. And I would like to welcome you here to the 2022 annual meeting. And those that's going to be viewing online, we'd like to welcome you too. Before we get started into too much here, there's a couple things I'd like to say. The video that you saw was incredible, and I'd like to put a shout out to John and one of our employees, because that was actually a drone flying through all those buildings and stuff. So I thought that was pretty remarkable. So just to let you know that was where all that footage had come from. The other thing I'd like to say is I'd like to thank Jonathan Bird for the delicious meal. So if everyone would give me a hand in helping him. They do a great job, and we surely appreciate it. At this time, the secretary has declared that we do have a quorum, and I would officially like to call the meeting to order at the time. Also, I'd like to introduce Attorney Jim Buddenbaum from the law office of Parrici, Fredinson, Patterson, and Kraus, who is acting as our parliamentarian this evening. Also, I'd like to introduce our secretary, Mr. Charles Kennedy, at this time.
Good evening. I'm Charles Kennedy, the Secretary of NineStar. I need to advise the membership that I am obligated to read the official notice, proof of mailing, and the 2021 annual meeting minutes unless a member would desire to make a motion to waive the reading and move to approve the minutes as printed. Thank you. Steve Long moved. I seconded as secretary.
Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Steve. There's been a motion made to suspend the reading of the minutes and waiver and approve the minutes as printed. If there's no objection, we'll signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carried. Thank you, Charles.
Hello, I'm Tommy Nance, and I am the Director of Electric Operations at NineStar. I have worked at NineStar for 15 years, and I work with our line crews to ensure they work in a safe environment and get home each night. My guys are the ones who go out in all sorts of weather to keep your lights on. I like working for a cooperative because our board is elected from our membership. We govern ourselves locally. I'm joined by my daughter Harper and my son Easton, and it is our pleasure to introduce our NineStar Connect Board of Directors.
Good evening. Welcome to our annual meeting. My name is Steve Vale, and I'm the District 5 representative on your Board of Directors.
Hello, my name is Mark Evans, and I represent District 2 out of Madison County, and I want to welcome you all to the annual meeting.
Good evening. My name is Ray Kirkhoff. I am Board Chairman, and I represent the members from District 8.
Welcome and greetings for the NineStar annual meeting. My name is Phil Hayes, and I represent District 9. District 9 is made up of Jackson and Blue River Townships in Hancock County. Again, welcome to our annual meeting.
Hi, I'm Joe Paxton from District 6. Welcome to the annual meeting.
Good evening and welcome to the annual meeting. My name is Scott Pittman, and I want to give you a warm welcome from District 4 and all of our McCoursville residents and members.
Hi, I'm Tim Bryant, at-large director for NineStar, and welcome to the meeting.
Hi, I'm Charles Kennedy, representing NineStar District 1, and welcome to the annual meeting.
Hello, I'm Robin Ritchie, and I represent the 3rd District for NineStar, and I'm just finishing my first year. Welcome to the meeting.
Hi, I'm Jack Negley. I'm representing NineStar District 7, and welcome to the meeting.
Hi, I'm Jim Cherry. I represent NineStar's board as an at-large district director.
Hi, I'm Shelley Kleiman. I represent District 10. Welcome to our annual meeting. Hope you all enjoy. Thank you.
Good evening, and thank you for attending the annual meeting for NineStar Connect. No matter whether you're virtual or here in person, I'd like to welcome you. My name is Daryl Thomas. Currently, this year, I am a at-large board member. Prior to that, all my years previously were with McCoursville District. This is my last go-round with NineStar. The trip has been awesome. From 1978 until 2022, I have had a wonderful time, a great number of experiences, met a lot of super people, and am indebted to the membership of this co-op for allowing me to have this experience. So enjoy tonight, and we'll see you later.
All right. Thank you, Tommy and his family, for introducing the directors. At this time, I'd like to present our special guest. And if you would, please hold your applause till the end. And I guess Purdue's playing tonight, so we want to kind of speed it up. So that's all right. Our first guest, representing Greenfield Banking Company, John Kennedy. Steve Long with the hospital, Hancock Health. John Gastrom with Indiana Electric Cooperative. Sally Woloskowitz, I'm sorry, Sally. English was not my favorite thing. So with NTSA member relations, James Bunnenbaum with Power Ritchie, Mike Kreider, our senator, Bob Cherry, state representative, Tom Saunders, our state representative in Henry County, Austin Davis with Wabash Valley, Ryan Ball with Wabash Valley, and past board members, Bev Gard, Richard Parker, and Don Shaw. We have our current directors, Charles Kennedy. Mark Evans is not with us tonight. He had to be in Boston. Robin Ritchie, Scott Pittman, Steve Vale, Joe Paxton, Jack Nagley, Phil Hayes, Shelley Kleiman, Jim Cherry, Tim Bryant, Darrell Thomas. Directors running for director, present, was Tom Ording, Susan Botkins. Leadership Academy, and we'll talk a little bit about that later, Ed James, Joe Solis, Linda Solis, all those are here tonight. So if those people would please stand and we give a round of applause for them. Thank you. Please stand. Thank you. We appreciate you coming and supporting our co-op, and we establish relationships with all those people, and we surely appreciate what they do for us. At this time, I'd like to call up Janice Sylvie, 2022 Nominating Committee Chairman, to report on the Nominating Committee.
Thank you. Good evening. The 2021-2022 Nominating Committee of NineStar Connect met at the corporate office in Greenfield, Indiana on November 10th, 2021. Prior to the meeting, committee members had the opportunity to interview members who expressed an interest in being nominated as a director. Committee members present were District 1, Dominic Hoffman, District 2, Amy Roseberry, District 3, Dennis Crum, District 4, Janice Sylvie, District 5, Jim Miller, District 6, Stephanie Jones, District 7, Butch Millender, District 8, David White, District 9, Steve Wilson, and District 10, Scott Woldridge. At the committee organizational meeting on November the 1st, 2021, I was selected as chairperson of the committee. Steve Wilson was selected vice chairman, and Stephanie Jones was selected as secretary. The committee reviewed the duties and legal responsibilities of and the criteria for serving as a director under the corporate bylaws. The committee also reviewed personal and professional information submitted by the members under consideration for nomination. Upon proper consideration and pursuant to the corporate bylaws, the committee nominated the following individuals for candidacy for the board of directors. District at Large number 3, Susan Botkin, Jeffrey Corns, and Timothy Deering. District 2, Mark Evans. District 6, Joseph Paxton. District 9, Philip Hayes. District 10, Thomas Ording. No nominations by petition for director were received at the corporate offices by the deadline for filing such petitions. Mr. Chairman, this concludes my report.
Thank you, Janice, for that report, and thank you for the entire nominating committee for what they've done and do for us. I would like to recognize all those members who were selected by our nominating committee to be candidates for the directors of NineStar Connect. We were blessed this year with an outstanding group of members who were asked to be considered in nomination by the committee, and candidates who were nominated were all in their own right qualified and able to serve in this important position. All of us owe this year the candidates a heartfelt thank you for the willingness to serve our cooperative. Last year, close to 10% of our membership voted in the first year ever of online director elections. It stands as a record for the number of votes cast. This year, online voting returned, and the vast majority of our members took advantage of voting online at home and at work. A few still came to the office and cast their votes, but also they did that online. Because all voting members voted online, either at home, at work, or in our offices, no paper ballots were cast this year. As a result, the need for a members' teller committee to tabulate paper ballots were not necessary. Once again, we had more members vote for directors for this year's election than all previous elections in the history of our cooperative. In fact, 1,922 members voted during the month of March. We thank you all. Your commitment to our cooperative is admirable. To facilitate secure online voting for our members, NineStar partnered with Diamond, an electronic election management service, and NISC, our operating and billing software system. Voting took place via a password-protected access point in our billing system to ensure only active members in good standing were permitted to vote for director. Diamond is an outside, independent third party when calculated and verified our elections. No director, employee, or member of NineStar Connect had access to the voting portal and therefore did not have any knowledge of ongoing or final vote totals and any races before receiving the final verified election results from Diamond today, which I will now read to you. The following individuals have been elected by the membership to serve a 3-year term as a director for your cooperative. At large, number 3, Susan Bakken. District number 2, Mark Evans. District number 6, Joe Paxton. District 9, Phil Hayes. And District 10, Thomas Ording. Thanks to all those members who took part in voting. We really thank you, and congratulations to all our new and returning board members. We look forward to working with you in the next year.
Hello, my name is Perry Wilson, and this is my daughter Olivia. I've been with NineStar for 14 years, and I am currently the Telecom Operations Superintendent. I help oversee all the fiber optics we place in the ground to extend our network into rural areas. I'm proud one of our recent projects was a partnership with the state of Indiana and their Next Level grant. The success of the project was even mentioned by Governor Holcomb in his State of the State address. Listen now as he discusses the project and highlights the family that suddenly has new connectivity and unlimited possibilities with NineStar.
And to fortify our information, highways, we've made the largest investment in broadband in our state's history. Since the Next Level Connections program was announced in 2018, we've allocated $350 million to provide everyone, wherever they live in Indiana, with access to affordable, quality broadband and the limitless opportunity it affords. This most recent round saw more than $600 million in requests from nearly every county in our state. It's no surprise that Forbes calls us, Indiana, a national model. I hear about the difference, I'm sure you do too, that this is making in people's lives every day. Like when Amy and Scott House from Newcastle decided to run their business from their home so they could care for their family. They considered moving. But because of a Next Level Connections grant, their home was covered, along with 69 other homes and 10 businesses with 1 gigabit service. Thanks to Scott and his mother, Patty, for connecting with us here tonight. And thanks for staying in Indiana.
So NineStar is doing great things. That's pretty obvious, not only here locally, but extending into other counties. And at this point, we wanted to talk a little bit about that and have kind of a what we're calling kind of a panel discussion with our president, Mike Burrow, and our chairman of the board, Ray Kirchhoff. This is normally the time that Mike, our president, would speak, and you would hear an accounting joke.
A very good accounting joke.
Yes. But I don't think you're going to get that opportunity tonight. Might post one on social media. That might have been Scott Hyatt killing the mic there. But so we're going to open this up. In your bag this evening, you had a question card and a pen. If you have any questions, feel free to write those down, hold them up in the air. We're going to spend the next 20 minutes or so talking about different things with our cooperative. We'll get those to our stage. We've also had some come in previous to the meeting as well, so we'll ask those and get going. So, you know, the COVID pandemic has affected all of us, and our cooperative is no different. Mike, would you care to talk a little bit about we're back together after 2 years of COVID and kind of the impact it's had on our cooperative?
Yeah, you know, it's kind of interesting because there have been many days, and I've described this a lot to the board of directors and some of the members that I've been out there talking, that it almost felt like a scene out of Groundhog Day, right, where you're waking up to that same Sonny and Cher song and doing the same thing over. But really, I need to give a shout out to all of our 130 employees, and if you would, if you're not standing up, a lot of you are standing up in the back there, but wave and let our members acknowledge you, because I've got some pretty amazing statistics, and I want to thank a lot of the members who on social media we asked for you to submit some questions, and you submitted them early, so I was able to do a little bit of research on a couple of the questions I know that David's going to ask. But let me give you an example. We literally were in the process of shutting down our economy, you know, with the governor's order and everything that was going on almost 2 years ago to the day today. And I've taken a snapshot looking in the last 2 years of what our NineStar employees have done, and I want to give you an example. We've connected almost 1,400 new electric services. We've connected almost 1,500 new broadband connections. Additional, it doesn't sound like a lot, but this is 145 water and even an additional 20 sewer. We've had phenomenal growth despite the fact that we've been living with really unprecedented restrictions and that sort of stuff. And I do want to report, because this is our first meeting back, we've had a couple of virtual annual meetings, but just to let you know, we did shut down our offices, but our operations continued. But by July of 2020, we were all back in the offices and plugging along, following different COVID protocols, sometimes wearing masks, sometimes not wearing masks, sometimes sending a few folks home to work. But the thing that has amazed me throughout this entire process, again, are the employees that wear that NineStar badge, because day in, day out, as much as I worried that maybe our operations would be compromised and we wouldn't be able to respond to member needs, they never let us down. And so again, I give a big shout out to all of our employees on that.
Mike, I'd like to piggyback a little bit on that in the fact that in the boardroom we talked a lot. It basically wasn't in a boardroom at that time. It was by WebEx or Zoom or whatever. But another shout out to the employee from the board and everybody because, you know, I don't know, I mean, we all were affected by the COVID, but the fact that if the line crew got COVID and we had a storm and we couldn't get power to people or internet went down, we couldn't, you know, because we had a bunch of people that had COVID. So you know, it was very, very much in the mindset of management and our employees to keep the doors going, keep things going for our members. And I just want to piggyback to make a big shout out to management and our employees. You know, they did a tremendous job.
Well, thank you for that. Obviously, current events, it was COVID. The world doesn't stop. We had a question come in, and I'll kind of, actually two questions that came in via email that I'll kind of put together, and you can answer it however you want. But obviously, the current situation in the Ukraine has everybody seeing a spike in oil prices and the cost of services and so forth continue to go up. This person's curious, you know, are we going to see an impact on my utility bill and the electric rates in the future because of world events?
I'm looking at my chairman, and he's saying answer this first, so I will. It's a great question, David, and I will tell you, a lot of times energy prices are very much considered a commodity, and they're very much tied to you know, what is happening both on the national and world stage. That being said, you know, there's two or three things kind of cutting back and forth. First, our board of directors implemented back in November a new pricing model for all of our electric members, which actually it's rather unprecedented in electric company, much less electric cooperative history, where they actually lowered rates on 20 hours a day, Monday through Friday, and then 24 hours a day, Sunday and Monday. That ends up being about 88% of the year. They actually lowered rate. They did increase rates between 4 and 8 Monday through Friday because that's where we peak. We're a largely residential system. And the thought process has been, which we've been very frustrated over the many years, that when a member calls in, we've got a great energy advisor, and I would encourage any of you who maybe not utilized his services to please do so, because it's a free service to our members. But it's very frustrating from a management or employee or a board standpoint when a member calls and says, you know, how can I save money? And the only answer we can give to them is use less energy, right? We're all busy. We have all of these connected devices and machines and that sort of stuff, and it's really hard to use less energy. And so when we really started examining this whole pricing scheme, we really discovered that what was happening is that much of our rate increases that we've experienced over the last 10 to 15 years have been driven not by some of the energy pricing that's been passed on by our wholesale power provider, Wabash Valley Power Alliance, but instead has been those peak charges between 4 and 8 Monday through Friday. And so we utilized a third-party consultant out of Georgia to really help us study this, and we realized that we could have two different members using the same amount of kilowatt hours a month, but one member may be using 20% more of those same amount of kilowatt hours between 4 and 8 Monday through Friday, and one member using 20% less 4 to 8 Monday through Friday, and they get the same bill, or they used to get the same bill, when in fact the cost to the cooperative for the one utilizing energy 4 to 8 more, so 4 to 8 Monday through Friday, I know that's confusing, was actually costing the cooperative 20% more. And so what am I getting at? The long and the short of it is that we came up with this new pricing model where we decreased rates 20 hours a day and increased rates those 4 hours a day, Monday through Friday. And we're able to give you a better and cleaner price signal as to what the wholesale cost coming into your cooperative is. Now, when someone calls in and says, how can I save money on our bill, it gives us an opportunity to really work with you with these smart meters. We can give you a breakdown as to how much energy you're actually using between 4 and 8, Monday through Friday. And we can work with you to see if you can shift maybe a load of laundry or dishwashing or something off of that peak to the non-peak, and you can actually use the same amount or even more energy and actually pay less money, and that's what we're very happy for. With all that said, I do think that we're going to be under a tremendous pressures in terms of energy rates in general over the next few years. Not only because of maybe what's happening with Russia and Ukraine, which does complicate things as well, but because we're shifting rapidly to renewable and green energies, and it's putting tremendous pressure on the grid operators for reliability and having to come up with additional investments on that because the sun doesn't always shine and the wind doesn't always blow, as well as new transmission investments. And so all of those things are putting tremendous rate pressures on any electric company, whether you're as small as NineStar Connect or as large as Duke Energy or Indianapolis Power and Light. So I think those are things that bear watching. But I think with this new pricing model that we have coming up, at least we're giving our members an opportunity and choice to be able to have a little bit more control over what their bill ends up being every month.
Okay. Ray, this might be a good one for you. I may be interested in running for the board someday. Can you explain how a member can run for a director's position with NineStar?
Yeah, that's a good question. In the fact that we encourage everyone to look at that, and there's basically 2 requirements that you have to have, and Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, but you have to be a member for at least 2 years. We felt like that if you weren't a member that long, you really didn't understand the co-op and what the cooperative was doing. So that's one of the requirements. And also you have to be a member in good standing. I mean, basically you got to pay your bills and do that on time. Some of the other things that you need that we do is that we have a meeting with everybody that's considering being a board member to kind of give them an orientation what does a director do, the time it takes, what a cooperative is. Mike goes through that with everyone and does a great job. We, as some of the board members, sit out there and add commentary to that, and I think that's a good indication of time frame and requirements that you may have to go through to be a board member. Now, we've had some people that have gone through that and decided that's a little much for what I want to do, but others get a better perspective of what a director does. And then after that, there's an application that you got to fill out, and you've got we'll have meet the candidate night that will video, and I think that's about it.
Yeah, and I would add, for the members live here tonight and certainly watching our streaming broadcast of this meeting, you guys have done just a phenomenal job as we've had retiring directors selecting a new set of directors, a new crop of directors, and I want to really give all of you a shout out for that. It's clear that you're taking your obligation as members of this cooperative very seriously, and because we try very hard, and we emphasize this to anyone interested in running for director, that at the end of the day, our members have to vote, and so it feels political, but we try very hard. We don't want it to be political. And the way I describe it to anyone interested in running for the board is think of it as a job interview with, at least this year, 1,922 people scrutinizing you and deciding whether to hire you, because that's the way we need to look at it. And I think that's the way our members have looked at it for many, many years, because you look nationally and you see sometimes, frankly, co-ops getting in trouble, and more often than not, they get into trouble when you get director races that are not looked at professionally, and they become, almost political contest where one community's fighting with another community inside in the cooperative's territory, and it's very unfortunate because at the end of the day, we're cooperative, we're nonprofit, we're here to serve you, but we're providing very vital services for our members and our community, and you have to be very businesslike to do that, and you need to be able to select some very qualified and talented and dedicated people to serve on our board, and you guys have done a great job doing that.
Yeah, I want to add just a little bit more to that, and the fact that they go through the nominating committee, and then the nominating committee nominates them for the election process. No more than 3 can be nominated for one district or one election cycle. But a little bit about the nominating committee and the fact that as a board of directors, we recommend somebody for the nominating committee. That's part of our task. After that, the board of directors has no say, does not get involved in any election process at all. So other than orientation and some advice to some of the incoming directors. So as a governance issue on our part, the board is strictly out of the election process. I really wanted the membership to know that this is something that the board takes very seriously.
We got a few questions, and this kind of probably goes back to the rising, cost of gas we see everywhere, but it deals with electric vehicles. And we got several questions on it, and I'll kind of lump them into one, and you can answer it however you'd like. But does NineStar have a plan for the power demand that automakers are now manufacturing with electric vehicles? How is NineStar preparing for residential charging stations? And are we working with new developments in our community to prepare for the future of electric vehicles?
Great questions, David. And yes, we are looking at that. It's a frequent topic of conversation, certainly in our boardroom, and national speakers and national conferences that we all attend, and either virtually or in person. I will tell you that we're kind of in a unique position because we are so heavily residential, and I'm going to have some of my linemen kind of wince a little bit because I'm not a lineman, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn once, and I'm just going to try to explain this. But to try to control our cost and be as efficient as we can, particularly in our rapidly growing subdivisions in the western part of our serving territories, the developers obviously want those power lines buried, which we do, but we try to, because the houses are in fairly close proximity, to size transformers in such a way that 2, 3, or even many as 4 houses can share a transformer. And we size those transformers based on what we consider to be kind of an average load for the square footage and the size of the houses that we're putting this infrastructure in. We need to carefully monitor that, because suddenly if maybe one of those 3 or 4 houses gets an electric car, probably not that big of a deal, but when 2 of them or 3 of them or 4 of them are all doing it, maybe they're commuting to downtown Indianapolis to work and they're coming back, and they're all getting home at 5 o'clock during that peak period, and they're all plugging in their cars to charge to maybe go out that evening. That could be an issue, and the issue could be in terms of needing to upsize those transformers, and also potentially blowing line fuses and those sort of things. So it's something that we're very conscious of. We're looking at the design in the future in terms of doing that, but we're trying to very much stay in active communications with our members when we do know that they do have them. When we notice shifts in their loads, we try to engage them and talk with them. But it will be an ongoing process depending on how quickly we get EV adoption within our territory.
Go ahead.
Well, I guess from a board, as Mike said, we got it's a topic that we discuss. I think there's, from a board's perspective, or I guess my perspective, there's a lot more question than there is answers on this. And, it's not like if you're putting a charging station up, it's not like pumping gas. You just fill it up and go on, so, there's some time in that. And like Mike said, in the homes and sizing the transformers. So again, that goes back to a lot more questions than answers when it comes to that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of planning. Again, I kind of chuckle. At NineStar, what we don't want is like in Christmas Vacation when Griswold flips on his lights and they suddenly have to turn on a nuclear plant and everyone's lights are going off and all that sort of stuff. We're trying very much to stay proactive on that, and again, it's kind of a wait and see. We're staying proactive in it as much as we can, but we know down the line it's going to require some additional upgrades, particularly in transformers and line fuses and that sort of stuff. But today I'm not doom and gloom about it. I believe that we've got a handle on it now. If y'all go out in the next 2 weeks and buy electric cars, I'm going to get even more gray than what I am now. But I don't think that'll happen. I think it'll be a natural migration that we can monitor and control.
Okay, moving ahead to an internet question. With 5G becoming more readily available and expanding to more users, how is NineStar going to compete? And can you please include Starlink satellite internet in your response?
Okay, I wanted him to have a chance to answer first. So, it is interesting. I would dare say virtually everyone in this audience carries a cell phone, right? And I'm not going to talk bad about cell phones, and we're all glad, that they've gone from 3G to 4G to 5G. I think where I get very frustrated knowing what I know is the marketing people, forgive me, for the wireless companies trying to represent that 5G can somehow take the place of good home service. There may be some of you out there that are, streaming video and doing things off of a 5G connection, but as more and more people migrate to the 5G network, there's only a limited amount of bandwidth that can go through that. It's a physics issue, and unfortunately, I wasn't very good at physics in high school, so I can't explain why that is. But I can assure you that no matter what wireless device you have, you tend to hit a brick wall at some point in time. And in fact, if you really read the trade journals, they're already trying to figure out what 6G is going to look like, right? Trying to do that. What they're doing is they're chasing fiber, and that's what you need to recognize. So we don't approach our fiber investments as competing against either the satellite of Elon Musk or 5G or 6G or whatever ultimately comes in, because to date they've not found a limit to fiber. It's just a matter of plugging in electronics on either end that go faster and faster and faster. And later this year, I'm looking to see if Ross Ferson is somewhere here, I'm hoping he'll give me a thumbs up. But later this year, we're going to be rolling out at least 5 gig services and maybe 10 gig residential. Yeah, he's nodding his head. So I've heard internal conversations. I just wasn't sure exactly the timeline. But later this year, we're going to be doing that. And so, where your 5G folks are claiming, well, we can get 1 gig or something like that. In the lab, they claim to be able to get more, but in practice, they can't do that. Am I saying disconnect your cell phone? No, absolutely not. You need to look at the wireless as a convenience, but for a lot of the stuff that you're going to be doing in your homes and businesses, I think you're still going to need fiber, and you're going to be glad that your cooperative has invested in that.
All right, I'm going to ask the video question that many of you probably have on your minds. I know when I go to the grocery store.
I'm going to let Ray answer this one.
Or when I go to a ball game and I have my logo on, I get approached quite a bit about, you're getting out of video service. Why is that? And is there any chance you might change your mind?
Well, the short answer is no. So, but I think it was explained in the booklet or pamphlet in the annual meeting that, you know, we really lose money. NineStar loses money in video. We set the rate for a year, and you know, packages change throughout the year. And we know streaming was coming along pretty hard, and we know video is probably cable's going to fade. So as a board, we mulled this over for probably a couple of years, and then last August, we took the bull by the horns and said, you know, we got to do something about this. It's not right for our membership to keep paying more and more, and really getting packages that they don't want, because these packages come with some of the products or stations that if you want this, you got to take all this. So we wanted to give the membership more choices and cost less. We knew that there would be heartbreak as we go along there, or heartache as we disconnect and cut the cord. But in the long run, I think it's going to be better for our members, and I think it'll be once you do that, I think, and you switch over, you understand it's not so bad. So.
Yeah, I do want to add that, and I want you to think of it maybe in a larger global sense. And let me give you a perspective. Your cooperative, NineStar Connect, has invested tens of millions of dollars in an absolute state-of-the-art fiber network that is that we're extremely proud of. Every member has access to that fiber, and as we looked at it, we were stuck in the middle between programmers who were forcing us to bundles and forcing us to put bundles together for channels that you don't watch, quite frankly, a lot of them. We've heard that feedback, and then constantly raising the prices. And we were stuck between our members who were paying those higher prices. I personally have switched, and I will tell you, as president of this company, I buy every service I can from the company, and so for a long time, I was a video subscriber too, and it was convenient, all on one bill. But when I switched to the streaming service and took advantage of our fiber, I'm paying 40% of what I paid to NineStar. And I'd feel guilty about that if NineStar was really making money. But to Ray's point, I was paying over double what I'm paying now, and NineStar was losing money on it. Every video subscriber on some level is being subsidized through other internet services and other communication services, because we just cannot keep up with the rate of increases that the programmers are passing on to us.
Yeah. Also, the choices that you have is better, and you get to make those choices. But one of the things I'd like to shout out to the group that we're supposed to end this thing in September. We really would like people not to wait till September to do this, because if everybody jams this all at once, it's going to be hard for the tech people to guide you through this if you have to be helped. And so I would encourage you to cut that cord sooner more than later on it.
Okay. We're getting close to our time here, and we're definitely not going to get to all of the great questions that we received, but if you submitted a question, you will get a response from somebody within our company, most likely our president and CEO, getting back with you, answering whatever questions you might have. So we'll ask a water question here. When will the actual physical work on the sewer system in Riley Village start, and when is it scheduled to be completed?
I will answer that briefly. That is fully engineered. The plans are all written up, and we are ready to go. We are waiting on a decision from Rural Development, which is USDA. that issues loans, very low interest, so that we can do that work and not impact rates. And we're waiting for a final decision out of Washington, D.C. As soon as we get 2 thumbs up from Washington, D.C. that they're going to loan us the money to be able to do that project, we intend to put it to bid, and we'll start it as quickly as we can get a contractor to do it.
Okay. And let's see, with so much of the current development happening on the west side of Hancock County, what does your crystal ball say about this growth and how it will move into other parts of NineStar Connect's service territories?
Well, growth is going to come, and we know that's coming. And part of what we do as a board is every August the board goes for 3 days. It may get longer here as we keep doing more and more, but we talk about strategically where growth is going to be, what NineStar is going to look like, and we really don't look at it next year or 2 years away. We're looking at it 10 years from now, and we're trying to strategically look at where this is going to happen and what we want to try and get the company in position to do. I know some people really don't want growth, and I understand that. I mean, we're in an ag community, but growth is going to happen. If you stay stagnant, it's just going to run over you. So we've got to be ahead of these things. You can't put water or sewer in the ground in a day. You've got to be ahead. It takes weeks and plans to get things done. We go through trying to get as much grants and government dollars that we can get. So those all have got to be applied for. So, I guess, we're trying to be a part of this growth. We want quality growth. And as a utility, we've got to do a lot of infrastructure. So, we're trying to be a part of the conversation.
I agree.
Okay. And as your master of ceremonies, I'm going to take the liberty of answering the last question. Is Sharon Fisher still here? All right. Well, hopefully, she's over there. Is Purdue going to take it all? And it's very simple. It's boiler up. So thank you to both of you, and thank you for everybody that supplied a question. And like I said, if we didn't get to your question, somebody will get you an answer. Thanks.
Thanks, everyone.
Hi, I'm Dominique Egbert, and this is my daughter, Elizabeth. I've been with NineStar for just 2 years, but I can already see the impact our company has with our membership. I am proud NineStar gives away scholarships to families of our graduating seniors. I, too, dream of a bright future for my daughter and the assistance our company gives families, and the effort is amazing. This year, NineStar will be awarding 15 scholarships to our graduating high school seniors. The criteria for applicants is: 1. As of February 1st, 2022, the student's principal residence must be with said student parent or legal guardian who is a member or customer in good standing of NineStar Connect or its subsidiary NineStar Communications. 2. The student must be a 2021-2022 school year graduating student. 3. The student must have a 7-semester minimum cumulative grade point average of 2.75 on a 4.0 scale or its equivalent at the time of application. 121 applications were received this year. Here are the 2022 NineStar Scholarship winners.
Hi, my name is Lillian Woolston, and I attend Mount Vernon High School. In the fall, I plan to attend Purdue University, and I plan to major in chemical engineering. I want to thank NineStar for giving me this scholarship.
Hi, my name is Hannah McCleary. I attend Mount Vernon High School, and in the fall I will be attending IUPUI and majoring in psychology. I'd like to thank NineStar for the scholarship.
Hello, my name is Jonah Werbelow. I attend Midwest Academy in Carmel, Indiana. I'm looking to attend University of Northwestern Ohio, and major in high performance motorsport and automotive. Thank you, NineStar, for the scholarship.
Hi, my name is Austin Rush. I attend Mount Vernon High School. I plan on going to Olivet Nazarene University and studying environmental science. And I'd really like to thank NineStar for the scholarship. It's it'll really help me in the long run. And just thank you again for the opportunity.
Hi, my name is Sloan Ford. I attend Hamilton Southeastern High School. In the fall, I plan to attend Purdue University and major in elementary education, and I would like to thank NineStar for this scholarship.
Hi, my name is Morgan Stone. I attend New Palestine High School. In the fall, I plan to attend Purdue University and major in Ag Sales and Marketing. I'd like to thank NineStar for this scholarship.
Hi, my name is Madison Foley, and I attend Mount Vernon High School. In the fall, I plan to attend Indiana University, studying law and public policy, and I'd like to thank NineStar for this scholarship.
Hi, my name is Carter Dishman. I attend Eastern Hancock High School. In the fall, I plan to attend Ball State University and major in radiography. I'd like to thank NineStar for this scholarship.
My name is Sam Reeves. I attend Mount Vernon High School. I plan on going to Purdue University this fall to study cybersecurity. Thank you to NineStar for giving me this scholarship.
Hi, my name is Dylan Roberts. I currently attend Greenfield Central High School. In the fall, I plan to go to Indiana University and major in finance, and I'd like to thank NineStar for the scholarship.
Hi, my name is Megan Rutherford. I attend Eastern Hancock High School. In the fall, I plan to attend Goshen College to major in exercise science. I'd like to thank NineStar for this scholarship.
Hi, my name is Caleb Lovell. I attend Mount Vernon High School. I plan to attend Grace College and study in music production. And I'd like to thank NineStar for the scholarship.
I'm Evan Turner. Currently, I'm a student at Fishers High School. After I graduate, I'd like to go to Ball State and pursue a degree in computer science. I'd like to thank NineStar for providing me with the good internet access so that I was able to apply and get accepted to this school.
Hi, my name is Ryan Hardig. I go to Hamilton Southeastern High School. In the fall, I plan to attend Purdue University and major in engineering, and I'd like to thank NineStar for the scholarship.
Hi, my name is Sanika Javeri. I'm currently a senior at Hamilton Southeastern High School. In the fall, I plan to attend Indiana University at the Bloomington campus, where I can study biology and neuroscience. In the future, I hope to fulfill my aspirations of becoming a physician by attending medical school. I'm so grateful for this opportunity and scholarship. Thank you so much, NineStar.
I think it's great that our cooperative gives back to our youth, and we obviously hope that once they graduate, they will hopefully move back and be members of our cooperative. So at this time, we're going to do some special recognition and awards. First up is something Ray had talked about earlier, the NineStar Leadership Academy. In your bag this evening is a brochure. If I can turn your attention to it on the NineStar Leadership Academy. It is basically 5 sessions that take place throughout the year, and they deal with operations, technology, finance, administration, and corporate development. And they're led by different leaders within our cooperative that help educate and inform our membership on what we do, why we do it, and so forth. So it's a great opportunity to learn more about it. We're going to recognize people that went through our first class and graduated with a certificate suitable for framing. And it's a great way to become more involved with the cooperative. In fact, one of our newly elected directors went through this, and hopefully we'll hit the ground running when she gets on the board. So having said that, we're going to recognize the 7 people that completed all the courses and classes, and those are Ed Wolpe. And if you're here and I mention your name, come on up. Ed Wolpe, Jeremy Dameron, David Birdie, Joe and Linda Soltes, and Michelle Willard. So I see Joe and Linda coming up. Is Michelle or Ed here by chance? Okay, we'll make sure they get their awards too. Oh, it's either a bathroom break or coming on up. Yeah, you can line up over there. Come on up. So we really appreciate them for their commitment to attending all the courses.
They're going to get your picture. Come over here.
Come over here in front so we can get a picture.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Okay, let's hear it for this first class of Leadership Academy graduates.
Thank you.
And like I said, if you have interest in this, we're going to be doing it coming up this year, and it's going to start in August, but contact our offices if you're interested in signing up. Next up, we have a new award that we're going to recognize somebody for, and that is a honorary NineStar Connect member. So obviously you have to be a member, but if you don't live in our territories, you can't be. But we decided to put together an award that would recognize a friend of the cooperative that tirelessly looked out for us and helped us with different things. And this person, if he wants to come on up, is Representative Thomas Saunders. And Representative Saunders has represented Henry County, portions of Wayne, and part of Rush since 1996. And I tell you what, he's more than a representative and a friend of this cooperative. If anybody's had a chance to spend 5 minutes with Tom, you'll realize he's kind of a Forrest Gump of history. And I mean that, affectionately, because he not only loves the State House and what the state does and what governing and legislation and how he can help not only our cooperative but our fellow Hoosiers, but he loves history. And he's interacted with some people that have been pretty close to history, like Jackie Onassis's personal secretary that was on the plane in Dallas that fateful day, and many others. The bodyguard that climbed on the back of the limousine that day. But he's put together groups that have gone and met with these folks and lived history. And he's just been a great Hoosier, a great representative, and a great friend of the co-op. And we're proud to give him this award. It's the first one we've given out, and I'll give him a chance to say a few words.
Thank you. I know I stand between me and Purdue, but a couple of things I'd like to say. First of all, I'd like to thank my wife, Sue Saunders, for 47 years of putting up with me and being the spouse of an elected official. Our dinner gets cold a lot when we're in restaurants because people come up and talk. I'd also like to thank Senator Beverly Gard, because 26 years ago when I ran, if it hadn't have been for her assistance, I wouldn't have gotten elected. I really appreciate that, Beverly, and I mean it. It's been an honor to serve with Bob Cherry and Mike Kreider. I appreciate that. But I noticed there's a lot of young kids in the room, and you talk about me being Forrest Gump. In 1969, November, I was a senior in high school, the first graduating class of Tri-High School. Had been invited to go to Washington to visit a childhood friend who graduated a year ahead of me. His mom said, "You want to go visit George?" And I said, "Sure." So I sat down and wrote Richard Nixon a letter, said I was going to be in Washington over Thanksgiving holiday, had a petition on the Vietnam War, would like to stop at the White House and present on behalf of the students and faculty of Tri-High School. I was the student manager for the high school basketball team. The Friday night before Thanksgiving, I'm in the shower getting ready to go to the ball game. My mom comes to the bathroom door and says, "You're one on the phone." I said, "Well, who is it?" And she said, "Well, they won't say." So I wrap a towel around myself, go to the kitchen, the phone hung on the wall. "Tom Saunders, yes." "Senior at Tri-High School, yes." "One moment, please, the White House calling." I kind of dropped the towel and sat down. A special assistant to the president came on the phone and said the president had received my letter and would receive me and my petition at 9 o'clock on Wednesday morning. I didn't have a petition. Who thought he would answer? but I got one, made my first of several visits to the White House. And I thought right then and there, if a young kid from Louisville, Indiana, population 420 people, can get the attention of the President of the United States, you can pretty much do anything you ever set your mind to. So I credit Richard Nixon with the start of my political career. But I love history. We put a presidential trip together every year. We've been honored to meet the Bushes, President and Mrs. Carter. We had lunch in church. LBJ's daughter had lunch with us on the front yard of the LBJ Ranch, where the 200-year-old oak tree started falling down. And I told her, oh, he's not happy. There's too many Republicans on the front yard. But anyway, I continue in my retirement. I hope to do more trips. If anybody wants to join us, please do so. I thank NineStar for the honor and the friendship. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom, and definitely take advantage of signing up for that trip. And if you get 5 minutes with him, he's got great stories. So moving ahead. Next up, we've got some retiring directors. So I'm going to turn it over to Mike and let him speak about that.
You know, annual meetings are can at times be kind of bittersweet for particularly directors and the senior management team because we work so closely together. And I say bittersweet in the sense that annual meetings sometimes brings on new members of the board that we look forward to their fresh perspectives and ideas and new blood. But with every new member that we bring on, obviously, we have to say goodbye to our friends and colleagues that we've spent so many hours in working so closely with for many, many years. The first retiring director that I would like to recognize was actually elected 6 years ago this evening. A very young woman, and she came in with a very strong family name of folks that have been a part of this cooperative for many, many years, and she was anxious to learn and anxious to make a part of what it is, was, and currently is a very successful cooperative. Shelley Kleiman hit the ground running, attending a lot of conferences, learning a lot of stuff, really creating and providing a perspective and a voice that was fresh to hear, and in the process of drinking from a fire hose, maybe, is probably appropriate to say. She had an opportunity to even chair our membership committee, and much of the refinements and fun and things that are happening at our annual meetings is a result of her leadership. And so, Shelley, we're going to want you to step up here and receive some recognition, but also we know you got a couple of words, but before you step up, we have a special video for you.
Congratulations, Shell. It's been a fun 6 years. Glad you had fun with it. I know you did a really good job at it. I know you took it really serious, and glad you had the opportunity to serve the people, and it'd be fun having you back home, I guess, and the grandkids will obviously get to see you more, and again, congratulations.
Shelley Kleiman. Got to get your picture taken before we allow you to speak.
Well, the video was quite a surprise. I didn't know about that. David's a sneaky guy. I just want to start by saying thank you to everybody here for giving me the opportunity to serve NineStar for the last 6 years. It's really been a joy, a pleasure. The board is changing and evolving all the time. That's one thing I learned, that about the time you think you know something, it changes. And it changes for the better. I think new people on the board brings new ideas, fresh blood, as Mike just said. And I'm anxious to see what happens in the next few years. I'll be watching. I'll be staying in touch, and thank you all so much.
Pardon me if I get a little emotional. Our next retiring director came on, I believe in 1978, when I was a sophomore in high school at New Palestine. And he was the principal of Mount Vernon, and so I can assure you that I really wasn't all that concerned that the Mount Vernon principal was coming on the board of directors of what was then Hancock Rural Telephone. Little did I know the impact that he would certainly have on my life and my professional career. Daryl Thomas has served with distinction for many, many years. He has mentored a lot of directors. He has loved this cooperative with all of his heart and contributed so much. I'm not going to go through all of the litany of his accomplishments, but suffice to say that everyone out there has access to fiber today because of Daryl's leadership in the 12 years that he was chairman of the Hancock Telecom Board and led that board into decisions of, as a telephone company, deciding maybe we should cannibalize and get rid of our core business of telephony because there's this new technology coming on called the internet. He's been a remarkable friend and colleague to me and countless directors, and he's truly been a great leader and proponent of this cooperative. This cooperative is much of what it is today is because of Daryl's influence. And so, Daryl, you too have a video. Before you step up, please enjoy your video.
David Heller. I've been a member of the board for 35 years prior to my retirement. I'm going to talk about my true friend, Daryl Thomas, who's going to retire this year. Through the years, I have known Daryl to be a true friend. I can go to him with involving anything, any problem, anything we want to talk about, and I have valued our friendship for those years from 1964 to the present.
Hi, I'm Richard Parker. I served on this board for 42 years and enjoyed every moment of it. Learned a lot and had some great friends. And my two favorite friends, Daryl Thomas and Dave Heller, and their wives. Their wives can't be forgotten because they helped us along all through the years. It's been a wonderful time. Daryl and Nancy Thomas, and my wife and I, traveled together a lot in various places all over the country. Appreciate the time that David and I and Daryl have spent together on this board.
Our families have been close through the years. We've enjoyed this friendship with each other, and it's been the very strong friendship that has kept the Parkers, the Thomases, and the Hellers together.
The board will miss Daryl tremendously. He's been a great asset ever since he's been on this board. Daryl, we really have appreciated your leadership and friendship through the years. Our friendship will continue forever, and God bless you and all you do, and congratulations on your retirement. I know about retirement, and it's wonderful. So best of luck to you and Nancy, and we'll see you.
Buddy, enjoy your retirement. It will be great, and congratulations on a retirement well earned. Thank you.
You will. You will. Got to get a picture.
Last night's board meeting, I held it together pretty well till afterwards, and then I come up and some board members started talking to me, and it wasn't easy. And then I get home and I tell Nancy what happens, and together we kind of share a few tears right there in the family room. The phone call I got as the assistant principal of Mount Vernon in 1978 from a board member from Mohawk, Maynard Brown, said, "We need to replace someone from McCordsville who passed away. Would you be interested in being a director for Hancock Telecom, or Hancock Rural Telephone Corporation?" And I said, "Well, I know how to do a dial telephone, but I don't think I know a whole lot about the telephone business." "Well, we'll teach you." So on January the 25th, 1979, a motion was made by Phil Hunt, seconded by Lowell Collins, to approve my appointment as the representative from McCordsville. Fast forward to 43 years and 2 months to this day, March 25th, when I retire from this board. It has been one wonderful ride, and I have been so blessed and so involved with so many wonderful people over those years that it's hard to believe that it's over. 32 of those years was with the telephone co-op. For the first 20 years, we were called Hancock Telephone Corporation. Then we decided that we need to change our name, so we changed it to Hancock Telecom for the next 12 years. And then in 2011, we merged with CIP, Central Indiana Power, and we've been NineStar ever since. So I have 3 different kinds of outfits. Some say Hancock Rural Telephone Corporation, some say Hancock Telecom, some say NineStar Connect, but they're all a part of this wonderful cooperative that I have been a part of and that you are the members of. The 13 elections that I was given the opportunity to continue this wonderful ride was in part because of you. Those of you sitting out here, those of you in virtual land, those of you who have gone before me, because you had enough confidence in me to give me this opportunity to continue this ride. I will forever be grateful. Thank you very much. And finally, thank you, Nancy, for your loving support.
Well, I don't know if we can all see straight till we see even where we're at on the notes here. But the time has come for our CFO and his speech.
Am I good? Good evening, everybody. Boy, that's a tough act to follow, for sure. And to give the accountant the floor towards the end of the evening and standing between Purdue, and I think Purdue's up, by the way. I think I know that. So, but anyway, I'm going to spend just a few minutes talking about and bragging a little bit about the financial well-being of NineStar. And one of the things I always like to say about NineStar is it's a family of companies. I think that's really important whenever I'm talking to somebody that doesn't know NineStar, or even people that do. I always make it a point to let them know that I know tonight we've shared all the services that we offer, and we've talked a lot about those, but actually NineStar, again, is made up of not just a cooperative, but subsidiaries and investments and partnerships, and so that's what makes us go. And so here on the screen you can see some of the stats, I guess, of NineStar. Obviously, electric meters are growing, our broadband customers are growing, our 2,400 video subs. We're gracefully trying to exit that business because it's just not sustainable. I think that's already been shared this evening. And actually, I think it's interesting that we have 2,400 Wi-Fi networks that we manage in customers' homes and businesses. And so it's that diversification of NineStar that makes us really go. Just tossing up here our balance sheet. This has been audited. The financials in the program are a little preliminary before we got these audit numbers, but just to illustrate the strength of NineStar, and by the way, NineStar is in the best financial shape, and I can stand up here and certify that it's ever been. So again, the balance sheet will support that. One of the things that really stands out to me here on our balance sheet is we're almost a $250 million company. If you go back to the beginning of the merger back in 2011, we were about a $100 million company. So in that short period of time, we've doubled the assets of this cooperative. So put it in words, our total assets between 20 and 21 increased $19 million. Our gross plan additions were about 12. And over the last 11 years, we've invested about $120 million in plant. So again, really growing and being able to meet the demand of that growth. The bottom side of our balance sheet really shows the stability of NineStar. If you look between the 2 years, those numbers haven't changed a lot, but what has changed is our members' equity. Again, a growing balance sheet, and then if you look at the bottom of the balance sheet where you see that growth is in member equity, that tells you that the company is really growing and meeting its obligations in a way that is financially sustainable, which is something that we really talk a lot about and strive for and plan for to maintain that sustainability. So we did borrow money in 2021. We actually borrowed about $3.5 million, but we retired about $3.4 million. So again, if you were back on the balance sheet looking at debt, it didn't change a lot, but we do have debt coming on and actually retiring some old debt. So we're in a constant rotation there. Member patronage, again, increased $6.7 million with our total equity, increasing $16.3 million between 20 and 21, in large part because we did monetize an asset that we owned that we sold, and so we can position ourselves financially a little better to meet some of these growth things that we've talked about here tonight and meet the demands of those. So then it's always important to us to make sure that we really stress that we return patronage to our members. You know, we're building equity, we're doing a lot of things, but we're also making sure that we return dollars to our members. And so in 2021, we returned $1.8 million to our members. And we're very proud of the fact that for the fourth year in a row, we were actually able to retire more than $1 million. And if you go back to the last 11 years, we retired about $8.2 million to our members in that period of time. This is an accountant's thing here. I wanted to toss this up because there's nothing more illustrative to me as the CFO of the stability of NineStar than this graph right here. And as you can see, it's a very level, flat line, what we call our equity to asset ratio. And it's our leverage ratio. It tells us how leveraged we are as a cooperative, or it illustrates that. So if you consider that 75% of the assets of NineStar are supported by the equity of NineStar, that is a very, very strong cooperative. This is a growing co-ops and companies income statement. $72 million in revenues, $69 million in expense, so that nets out to about a $2.5 million operating margin, which is really the margin that's derived and generated from our membership. And then if you drop below the line, as I mentioned, we monetize an asset, and so we had some extra other income, I guess we'll call it. And so our net margin was pretty robust in 21, $18.3 million, but again, supported in large part by that asset that we sold and the gain we realized on that. So recapping then the financial statement or the income statement, so operating revenues were up about $6 million in 21 over 20 to about $72 million here in 21. That created, again, an operating margin of about $2.5 million, which is actually up about $1.7 million than what we saw in 20. You know, the last 2 years have been really tough for everybody, but we were able to really sustain things because of our employees, because of the members we serve in our board, and the decisions that we've made to really be able to keep that sustainability and support the efforts of the co-op. Again, that external investment, that $19 million, came in on the bottom of our balance sheet. And again, it kind of inflated our margin. But again, all these things work together to make NineStar have the financial strength that it does. And so, again, in summary, the strong financial position has been the key to that stability. So we came into particularly the 2 years of COVID with very strong financial statements. And it was that fact that we had that we were able to maintain that stability and come out on the other side where we are today. Again, returned over $8.2 million to our members since 2011. And one of the things that I'm sitting in the audience here tonight that I'm thinking as a member is, where are we, which we've kind of talked about. I know I've done it in a pretty quick way, but are we able to pay our bills? And so our working capital, which basically is our current assets, less our current liabilities, is $55 million. So the short answer is yes, we can meet our obligations. And again, I think we're very well positioned to meet the demands of our growth that we're seeing and we're taking on as the years roll in front of us. So again, the key here is the financial strength that we have gives us that ability to continue to balance that sustainable growth that we have. And also what's most important to our members is to increase that equity and keep that value of this co-op in your hands and keep it elevated. So again, if anybody has any questions, I'll be here after the meeting. Obviously, I think a lot of us know who NineStar Ned is, and so he will be down here with me if anybody's got any questions. So again, thank you guys.
Hello, I'm Angie Freeman, and I just started my 19th year with the cooperative. I am the Electric Operations Coordinator, which is a fancy way to say I help our line crews to keep your lights on. I'm joined by some of my grandchildren, Haley, Zoe, Cooper, and Cole. I love working with NineStar because of our philanthropic efforts. The Operation Roundup program is one way all of our members can make a difference in our community. It's a terrific program that will leave the world a better place for our future generations, like these kiddos. At this time, I would like to introduce Luke Tucker, who will give a brief Operation Roundup report.
Hi, I'm Luke Tucker, Chairman of the NineStar Operation Roundup Board of Trustees. Established by Central Indiana Power in 1995, Operation Roundup has served members of our cooperative with tremendous impact. Funding is made possible through NineStar members who voluntarily have their electric, communication, and water bills rounded up to the next dollar. This would be a maximum of just 99 cents per month. These roundup amounts are added together and used to meet needs that would otherwise go unmet. In 2021, Operation Roundup funds totaled close to $81,050 and assisted 23 organizations. I'm actually standing in one of these organizations now. Purdue Extension, Hancock County, received a $1,000 grant to expand their Kindergarten 101 school readiness program. With the money they received, the program can continue to have what they need to make sure students are prepared for their first days of school, targeting students that have not been in daycare or preschool. The week-long summer program teaches participants the skills they will need to have a successful start in their learning journey in school. Over the past 8 years, K101 has served 355 families. To view an entire list of ORU organizations who received a grant in 2021, please visit www.ninestarconnect.com. Remember, the pennies that you provide each month come together to make a big difference in our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Luke, and thank you, the team of the Operation Roundup team, for the report and all the work that they do. At this time, is there any new business that needs to come before this body? If not, Dave?
Just a reminder, survey will be in the link. If you get a chance, please fill it out. We can better plan the 2023 annual meeting. And everybody has now seen the golden drum move to the front table, and it's time for our drawings. Reminder that you don't need to be present to win. If you are present, feel free to stand up, cheer, shout if you get something, but you won't get it tonight. We are going to have all the money mailed, and the prizes will be shipped to your house as well. So we will take everybody's name and make sure that happens early next week. So without any further ado, Mike has tumbled, and the first two out of the gate are going to be our two $500 winners. And those will be set off to the side, and we'll announce those last. So everybody obviously has a chance to win the $500. We don't do that last. That's something we do for you guys. So, got those. And next up, we're going to be drawing 10 $300 cash.
Makes no difference.
Yeah, jump in there and you can hand it to me.
Charles Hibner. Jeffrey Washer.
I got envelopes. When I run out of envelopes, we run out of money.
Jennifer Pewterball. Jaisleen Ayer. Audubon Church. Christopher Griffin. James Caldwell. Matthew Redshaw. Jacqueline Blossom.
Last 300.
The last 300, Wayne Fox. Now we go to the $100. John Lordstrom. Jeremiah Dotson. Kimberly Kippert. Harold Kipson. Jerry Hiley. Rick Meyer. Sherry Archer. Bill Gwynn. Xander Scott.
Last 100.
Our last $100. Nicholas Hauser. I'm assuming that everybody's waiting in here for the big prizes. This would be for the laptop, Jack Combs. Hey! I told you we're just waiting on the big stuff. This is for the Apple Watch. Mary Didrick. This is for the green egg. Derek Brown. This is for the Nintendo Switch. Paul Moore. This is for the Smart TV. Kendrick Coleman. Now for the first $500, Ruth Erickson. The second 500 is Rodney Volter. Well, maybe everybody at home will be happy, so. That's it. Well, I think that comes to the conclusion of our program. We got a ball game to watch here for some of us. For the IU people, I'm sorry, but we meeting's adjourned. Thank you very much. We'll see you next year.